Hello everyone, welcome to episode 8 of this FIFA Career Mode series here on Man City Fan TV. My name's Kiam, thank you for joining us. If you were watching episode 7, you will know that we had a reasonable stream. We drew with Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League 2-2. We drew at home to the Rags. We drew at home 0-0 to United. We absolutely battered them. They parked the bus as they do, and they managed to get away from the Etihad with a 0-0. And then we went away to West Ham, and we won 2-0. So that was a nice, comfortable victory to end episode 7. So we're going to pick up episode 8 today, and the very first game of episode 8 is going to be a Champions League game against Lyon. So we just need that one more win to get us over the line in the Champions League and get us qualified. But to be honest, we should be safe enough. And then we've got Bournemouth to play, and we will also be playing against Watford as well. So a couple of winnable games on this stream today, on this video. So hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to get these videos on a regular basis. We are going to be bringing lots of new FIFA content to you as well. It's going to be coming out over the next few weeks, so look out for it. Obviously the FIFA 20 will be released in September. I believe the demo for FIFA 20 is going to be available around about September the 12th. So I will download the demo and I'll be sharing that on the channel as well, so we can take a look at what features the new game will have. But we will be bringing you some pro clubs. We'll be bringing you online games as well. So we're going to be setting all of that up over the next few weeks. So let's get into this episode today then. Episode 8. Thank you for watching so far. Appreciate all the comments, all the likes, everything you guys have been saying, all of the feedback. Do let me know. Like I say, I always say, if there's anything you want me to do, anything you think I should be doing differently, let me know, because this is all new to the channel and we want to bring you the best FIFA content we possibly can. So you can see here, we're away from home in the Champions League. I'm going to rest up a couple of players. I'm going to rest Leroy Sané. I'll bring Mahrez in. And I'm going to bring Gabby Jesus up front. Silva, Bernardo Silva and De Bruyne are fresh, but I'm going to replace Fernandinho with Rodri. I'm going to bring in Nathan Ake for Laporte. Benjamin Mendy, Zinchenko. And I'm going to bring in Gundogan on the bench. We'll bring in Danilo as well. And who else have we got down here? So let's have a look. Mangala. Yeah, we'll leave Mangala. I was going to bring him in for the Mangala lovers, but he can stay where he is today. So there we go. There's the team. Pretty strong lineup there. You can see we've got Edison in net, Zinchenko left back, Ake, Stones, Walker across the back, Rodri holding midfield, and then we've got Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, and up front Gabriel Jesus with Mahrez and Sterling on the flanks. So let's go ahead and get started on this first game of episode 8. Thank you very much for watching today. We appreciate you joining us. I'm going to be in touch with Rob as well. We're going to be setting up some online games, like I say, and there is going to be a pro club. I know Rob posted a video on the channel a few weeks ago, but we're really going to start pushing that over the next few weeks, and we want as many of you as possible to reach out to us. So do reach out on Twitter at MCFC FIFA, or you can email the channel. I think it's mancityfantv@gmail.com. That might be wrong, but you know where Andy is on the channel. You can also just hit the comment section on this video as well. If you reach out, give us your gamer tag. Let us know if you want to be part of the pro club team, and then when we actually get everything set up, we'll start reaching out to people and we'll get you involved. So it's probably going to be more on FIFA 20, but we will try and do a little bit of sort of messing around on pro clubs, maybe on the FIFA 19 as well before it goes away. So reach out if you want to be part of that. We can have a laugh online and we can put the videos on the channel. Andy can have a good laugh at our finishing, because he always seems to criticise our finishing, and especially Raheem Sterling. He's got something against Raheem. He's a Raheem Sterling hater. I think Andy just doesn't like wingers in general. He doesn't like Mahrez. He doesn't like Sterling. No, I'm only kidding. I know Andy does actually like Raheem Sterling. He just doesn't like my finishing with Raheem Sterling on FIFA. So let's see if we can get the job done in the Champions League. This game last year was actually a tough game, if you remember, away at Lyon. I think City were pretty lucky to get away. I think we got away with a 2-2 draw. So let's see if we can do any better in this game. So here's Bernardo Silva into John Stones. Rodri holding in the midfield today. There's Kevin De Bruyne. Plays it to Gabby Jesus. Back inside. Plays it to Bernardo. De Bruyne. Sloppy pass there from De Bruyne. Really sloppy pass. It wasn't the power that I needed to get that ball through. So we're not doing that great at the moment. Lyon putting a little bit of pressure on. Could go to Raheem. Has he got the speed? Well, Lyon defender was quick. Raheem's putting pressure on there. He's won it back. Nice play, nice pressure there from the boys. Oh, tried to just square it back to Gabriel Jesus. It didn't quite go through to him. We've got a throw in. Mahrez plays it into Gabby Jesus. Oh, Jesus was a bit slow there. And the old City boy, Jason Denayer, stepped in and made the challenge. That's a good tackle there from Bernardo Silva. Here comes Bubblegum. Look at this, ball stuck to his feet. Gabby Jesus into De Bruyne, fires the shot off. It's a great save. So that's the first real attempt of the game. It was a shot fired in by Kevin De Bruyne. Probably needed to make it a little bit more to the side, if you like, to the corner of the net. It went right down the middle. The keeper was comfortable with that one. So corner to City. Comes the ball, nice header. Oh, nearly. Gabby Jesus there with a little flick header. He did really well because he had to come back on it, adjust his stance there, flick his neck around it, and it ended up landed on the roof of the net. Very nearly took a 1-0 lead. So 23 minutes in. This is the first game on episode 8 of this Man City Fan TV career mode. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, tell your friends, anyone who's a FIFA fan. You don't even have to be a City fan. If you're just watching this and you're not a City fan, don't feel like you can't reach out to us and say hello. You know, we're willing to listen to all fans, and I know, you know, people will have their own opinion. If you're a different fan coming in and you like different teams, that's great. You know, maybe you can join us and we can have some online games and have a little bit of banter that way as well. So do reach out to us in the comments section. So let's see if we can pick this game up a little bit here, because we're not playing that great at the moment. Here's De Bruyne through to Gabby Jesus. Nice run, Gabby Jesus. Great run, great bit of football. Kevin De Bruyne there came through the middle, and then with one pass sliced the Lyon defence open, and Gabby Jesus was there to tuck the ball away. It's a nice finish actually. Took it in his stride onto his left foot and placed it to the side of the keeper. Fantastic goal. Look at that, nice through ball onto the left and bang past the keeper. Keeper had no chance at all, so it'd be nice if we could see a bit of that next season from Gabby Jesus, which we, to be fair, we do. That's what he does. He does, you know, he does come in and he does score goals. Maybe not always in the biggest of games like Sergio, but we know the lad's capable of scoring plenty of goals, so let's hope he can do that for City next season in real life. So it's 1-0 in this Champions League game. Let's see if we can see this one out and get the job done. So Lyon are trying to put a little bit of pressure on. Rodri, nice football there. De Bruyne to Bernardo Silva. Plays it to Nathan Ake. So remember, guys, if you're just joining us, like I say, this is episode 8, so do go back and look for the old episodes on the channel, because if you're watching from episode 8, it might be a little bit weird. You might be wondering what we are currently doing in the league and how we've been performing, so go back and watch those previous episodes. And Sterling was offside there. So 40 minutes gone, we've had the better of the game. Sterling there not watching the line, just slightly offside his right leg. It was a fair call. We don't need VAR for that one. He's going to go up for the header. Nice header there. Here comes Rodri into Mahrez. Oh, Mahrez there with a sloppy pass. It was a bit too soft there to get through to Gabriel Jesus. Here comes Zinchenko. Back to Rodri. Rodri's nice range of passing from Rodri. I've got to say, hopefully that's true to real life. And here comes Raheem now. We know he's got the pace. Goes through. Mahrez. It's 2-0. Look at that. Raheem Sterling, both wingers combined. Sterling had the pace down the right-hand side. Cut inside. Couple of runners in the middle. I think it was De Bruyne and Gabriel Jesus. But then Mahrez just peeled in round the back to the penalty spot. Picked out his run. And fired that past the keeper. Keeper had absolutely no chance of saving that. Look at that. 2 runners up front, but Sterling pulls it to the penalty spot. And Mahrez does the rest. So there's a nice bit of advice to some of you young budding footballers out there. If you're a winger, always look to pull it back and aim for that penalty spot. Because I used to be a striker, used to play a bit of football back in the day, and that's what I used to like my wingers to do. Aim for that penalty spot. If you're making the late runs to that penalty spot, you're going to pick up the goals. So it's half time in this Champions League game. We're 2-0 up away from home at Lyon. So it's looking like we could get the job done today. But if you remember in the last episode, we had a Champions League game against Shakhtar, and we were 2-0 up in that game, and we ended up drawing the game 2-2. So let's see if we can concentrate a bit more and get this job done, because ideally we want to be able to play some of the fringe players for the rest of these group games so that they don't interfere with any of the big Premier League games that we've got. So here's De Bruyne. So a nice build-up play here for City. Back inside. Down to Kyle Walker. So we're just keeping the ball nicely. We're controlling this game. It's not much of a threat there. Yeah. Oh, Jesus then was trying to get past his man. Walker. Is it to KDB? Here comes Rodri. Should we fire a shot with Rodri? Oh, nice bit of power there. Not the accuracy, but generated a lot of power. It's a good header from Kyle Walker. Here comes De Bruyne. Great pass in. Look at that. What a great goal that was. Gabby Jesus turned his man inside and out. Waited for that late run for Bernardo Silva coming in. Bernardo Silva just drifted in to the centre of the pitch. Went past his man, and the ball was laid off by Gabby Jesus, and old Bubblegum did the rest. It was pretty tight actually. He had to get to that, but he managed to do it. Fired the shot past the keeper. Look at that, right-footed, and it's 3-0. So fantastic start to episode 8. We're 3-0 up away from home at Lyon, so we're doing much better than City did in real life at this stadium. Here comes Gabby Jesus again. So Jesus is having a great game. Sterling. There's a man in the box. I think it's Rodri. Oh, Rodri was free in the box, and I thought I could get it to him, but not quite. So we're just going to control the ball, take the sting out of this game. Here's De Bruyne. Great football. Gabby Jesus crosses it. Oh, that's a good tackle, that, to be fair. There's a man at the far post. Mahrez was at the far post. It didn't quite get to him there. Some good defending from Lyon, because it looked like we were going to add a 4th goal. And they managed to get a footing. Good interception from Nathan Aki. So you remember, Nathan Aki is the only player we've signed really, apart from Rodri, who we added. Obviously Rodri's not yet part of the City team. It's only FIFA 19 this edition of the game, but we added Rodri, but then we went out and bought Nathan Aki, so he's our only centre-back that we've added. Oh, sorry, the only player that we've added. He's a centre-back. And he's doing pretty well for us, to be honest. He's only played a few games, but he's doing quite a good job. So 72 minutes gone. 3-0 away from home. Lyon are trying to get back into this one. I don't think they're going to cause as much of a threat. And I'm glad we actually concentrated and saw this one through, or at least so far. I won't tempt fate just yet, because I was pretty disappointed actually in the last episode when we played Shakhtar. We should have sewn up the group there, and then we should have got the qualification wrapped up, and we didn't. So it looks like substitutions for Lyon. I might do the same actually. Should we let's get Kevin De Bruyne off. We don't want Kevin playing too many games. We'll get young Phil Foden on. I'm going to get Bernardo off. I'm going to put Gundogan on. And let's put Danilo at centre-back in place of John Stones. So 3 changes there. Gundogan, Foden and Danilo. So we're just going to make some changes, keep the squad fresh. We've got some big games obviously ahead. As the season progresses, they're going to get bigger and bigger. So we want to make sure we've got a fresh squad. Gundogan there. Oh, Gundogan nearly cut inside. It was a nice bit of skill. This is coming out to Zinchenko. Rodri into Phil Foden. Nice bit of skill from Foden. Probably did a little bit too much there, Phil Foden, to be honest. Did the nice step over, went to beat his man, and then he steps in on him. Went for the cross, deflected over. It's going to be a corner to City. So we're into the last 5 minutes of this game. Cruising at the moment. It's looking like a very comfortable Champions League victory. Raheem Sterling just down in the corner. We don't need any of that. We're going to cross it in. Oh, Gabby Jesus nearly got on the end of it. Comes the Lyon striker. They've made a change up front, but I don't think it's going to help them now at this stage. So let's try and keep a clean sheet. I want to keep a clean sheet. I don't want to be conceding silly goals, and there we go. We've managed to do it. Clean sheet away from home in the Champions League. It's a 3-0 win on this first episode of first match of episode 8. We start with a victory, so cannot be happier than that. So the City boys are through. We're qualified in the Champions League. We're going through the group stages, so you will be seeing some knockout Champions League football on this FIFA Career Mode series, and you can see there, look at that for domination of the game, 62% possession, and Lyon did not have a shot or a shot on target, so that is pretty strong domination. And remember, we are playing on the hardest possible mode you can play on offline, which is ultimate difficulty, so there's no shirking. We're no shirking at all. So let's just review the standings then at the moment. So I'm just going to go back to the Champions League before we look at the Premier League. Let's just go back to the Champions League, and you can see there that we're top of the group. We're on 13 points, so we are qualified. There's only one game left now in the group, so we're qualified. We didn't lose a game. We won 4, we drew 1. We scored 12 goals and conceded 3, and we've still got that final game to play at home against Hoffenheim as well. So it's looking very good for us. And then back into the Premier League, you can see we're top of the Premier League. We've won 10. We've drawn 3. We haven't lost the game yet. We're on 27 goals for, 4 goals against with 33 points. So we're doing very well at the moment. Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea. So the top 4 is starting to look a little bit more familiar now. And those teams are getting stronger and stronger. Even United, they're in the 6th spot there, where obviously we're used to them being in their 6th spot. They will get a little bit stronger and probably climb the table as well. So we need to keep winning, because those guys will close the gap on us, so we can't afford to slip up. And the next game we've got is against Bournemouth. So this, on paper, is a winnable game, and we're at home. We're at the Etihad, so let's go ahead and start game 2 of episode 8. And we're going to go with our full team today, because it's a Premier League home game. Not going to make any changes. Full team there. And we're going to try and put on a display for the Etihad faithful, if we can do. Sometimes, though, I mean, you'll remember early on in the FIFA Career Mode series when I played Huddersfield, and Andy likes to remind me of Huddersfield quite a bit, I managed to draw 1-1 at home, and that was what you would call a home banker. I should have been beating Huddersfield at home, but I didn't, and yeah, I ended up with a draw. So here we are, the Etihad Stadium. It's Manchester City v Bournemouth, Episode 8, FIFA Career Mode series here on Man City Fan TV. Players are coming out. Let's see if we can get a victory. There's the City boys. Is that the South Stand maybe, because they're waving the flag, the 1894 group. And look at that, best defences in the league, 4 goals, rock solid. And that's not like me, I'm not usually very defensive on FIFA, so you are witnessing a moment of history. And there's the City boys lining up, Laporte, ready for action. There's the South Stand in all its glory. And there's the City boys. This is the lineup today. And let's go ahead and get straight into it. So Aguero plays it back to Fernandinho, out to Walker. Back to Fernandinho. So already I feel like I've got space on the pitch. It's a strange thing to describe, but whenever I play at the Etihad, it just feels like I've got a lot more space on the pitch. I'm sure the opposition probably sit back like they do in real life. Here comes Aguero. Look at that. Oh, I mean, that looked like it was going to be a goal all day long. Aguero in his favourite position there, on his right foot. You thought there's only one outcome there. It's going to ripple the back of the net, but what a save. It's like Begovic there with an amazing one-handed save, tips it over the bar. So a positive start. There's the header. Oh, so 5 minutes gone. Aguero's already fired a shot over the bar. Laporte's hit a header over. So good start, positive start to this second game. But we need to get that first goal, settle the nerves. It's not the greatest bit of play by Mendy there. Mendy got right under the ball. So Mendy's the only player at the moment on this career mode that's really sort of worrying me a bit, because he tends to get out of position quite a lot. And when he's out of position, you have to you have to cover for him, you have to drag over your centre-backs, and against the big teams in the Champions League later on, we'll struggle if that happens. So I've got my eye on Mendy, and I'm considering bringing Zinchenko in as our starting left-back. So let me know your thoughts on that, if you think I should be playing Zinchenko ahead of Mendy. If not, if you guys think I'm crazy and I should stick with Mendy, then I will stick with him. Maybe I'm being a little bit harsh. Fernandinho breaks up the play like he does. Leroy's away on the left. Look at this. Leroy Sané. We know he's got pace. Cuts inside. Oh, nearly got the ball through there. Fernandinho. So Fernandinho started this game really well. He's breaking up every bit of play in the middle. Through to Aguero. Nearly through to Aguero. Look at Fernandinho here. Look, he's just absolutely bossing the midfield. You can't get anywhere near the guy. Sloppy pass then. Aguero has started a little bit sloppily in this game. And that's by his ridiculously high standards. I mean, he hit a shot over the bar, but that wasn't the best. Sané, Aguero. So Bournemouth here, you can see they're hanging on around the edge of the box. So let's see if we can find the code to get through Bournemouth. So here's Fernandinho, plays it to Bernardo Silva. You see we're just toying with him now on the edge of the box. Comes through to Aguero. Oh, spun on the ball, fired the shot in. So 25 minutes in, Bournemouth are still holding out, 0-0. In this Premier League game at the Etihad. Let's see if we can find a way past this stubborn defence. Here comes Kyle Walker, he's got the pace. Back to Bernardo. Fernandinho. Out to Mendy. Sterling. Oh, Sterling on the edge of the box. Nice bit of players. Bernardo and Raheem just linking up there. So nice little intricate play. Sterling hit a great shot. It was going in. Well, Begovic, I mean, Begovic is having the game of his life here. I mean, he is a pretty good keeper. But at the moment, it's like a one-man team. Oh, well, that isn't getting stopped. That one's in. We don't need VAR. We've got goal line technology. Have a bit of that. Put it in your pipe and smoke it, Begovic. Johnny Stones with the header. Bullet header. Corner came in. Rose banged it in the top corner there. Look at that. You're not getting that. I mean, the defender was unlucky, to be honest. He had to arch his back to try and get it out of the net. But, I mean, that's a little bit... Is it going to move? I think it'll move a little bit more, but it's tight at the moment. Let's see if it goes over the line. Oh, yeah, it does. Definitely goes over the line. John Stones gets the goal. And it's 1-0 City. We got that breakthrough at the Etihad. So here we go. So hopefully this game will open up a touch now. Bournemouth might have to come out a little bit and attack us. So hopefully we can hit them on the break. But that was pretty good stuff there. John Stones. Here comes Aguero. Aguero's on goal. Aguero. Oh, forget about it. Aguero just cut inside. The defender thought he had him covered. Nah, Aguero said, forget that. Forget that. I'm getting it on my right foot. I'm putting a bit of whip on it. It's going in the top corner. 2-0 City. Like we so often see at the Etihad, once that first goal comes, the floodgates open. And we're in control of this game. It's 2-0 to City. The Etihad erupts. Look at this for a goal. Etihad there. Look, you see Aguero. He looked like he was going to square his man up. He did. Cut in on the right. And bangs it in the top corner. Look at that. I mean, look at the whip on that. It comes back in. Superb strike. And there's no way Begovic is getting that. There's Kiam, MCFC. He's an happy man. He's got a crap coat. But he's celebrating the goal. 35 minutes gone. 8 goals in the Premier League so far for Aguero. Happy days. So let's see if we can add a few more to this. The team feel like they've got the bit between the teeth today. Yeah, that's how it feels. So let's not let a silly goal in. We usually have a Huddersfield moment at some point in the game. So let's not do that. There's Aguero. There's his stats. Minutes played. Goals. Shots. Didn't quite get what all those stats were. Didn't stay up long enough, but nice fancy bit of stats from FIFA. So 40 minutes gone, 2-0 in this Premier League game at the Etihad. Let's see if we can see this one through and add a couple more goals. Maybe even more than a couple of more. Uh-oh, ding dang, ding dang. Sané's on the way, ding dang, ding dang. Where's this going? Think we know. It's going for a corner. I'm sorry, I'm coughing because I'm going to make an excuse for that finish because I just started to choke on my tea. I just took a sip of my tea. And it's peppermint tea and it just got the back of my throat. And it probably wasn't the right time to have a drink of my brew as I was running through with Sané. I thought the goal was in the bag. It wasn't, and I deserve that for being cocky. I left it too long, and the Bournemouth man managed to get back at me. Here comes Laporte. So our centre-backs are dominating this game. We know where this one's going. Bing, bang, bing, bang, bing. Oh, nearly. Bernardo Silva. Probably, I mean, Bernardo's a fantastic player, but probably not the player you want to be going in for a one-on-one aerial collision with the goalkeeper. He's only a small guy. So there we go, 2-0 at half time. Should have been 3. Leroy Sané should have finished that last chance there to make it 3, but it's not. It's 2-0. Complete domination of the game. I mean, we'll take a look at the match stats. Here, let's just take a look at the match stats, but I think we know. Again, not a shot on goal for the opposition, no shots on target. 63% possession and 37 to Bournemouth. So pretty much like real life, isn't it? We just dominate possession every game. And we dominate in the scoring as well. So here we go, great interception from De Bruyne. Nice through ball, nearly. Good interception that then by the Bournemouth man, because we had probably 3 men over there that would have been away. Sterling, look at the pressure Sterling's putting on. That wasn't a foul, linesman, come on. Linesman started, and he get a booking. Oh no. So here we go. This is what happens at the Etihad. If City are getting too far ahead, if they're controlling the game too much, then the officials have to get involved. But I mean, I don't know how that ends up being a foul and a booking as well. But it does. Raheem Sterling, there's going to be a headline about you tomorrow in the paper. Shocking challenge by Raheem Sterling. He went to buy a Greggs. He's a disgrace. Blah, blah, blah. Here comes Sergio. Sergio, what are you going to do? De Bruyne. Oh, Sané. Is he offside? I think he might have been offside then, Leroy Sané. So Bournemouth are going to make a couple of changes. And they've got a free kick here because Sané was offside. Nice play, Bernardo Silva. Great ball wide, Raheem. Kyle Walker. Oh, Kyle Walker was in the box there for a finish. I thought Kyle Walker was going to get on the score sheet then. Here comes Sergio. Sergio, oh, fires the shot. What a turn. I mean, you see the way Sergio turned there. So sharp on the edge of the box. See you later, defender. Turned him, fired the shot off, and there's Begovic again. Having the game of his life. They might as well put a statue of Begovic up outside Bournemouth. A bit like the Fulham fans did with Michael Jackson. I mean, I won't mention Michael Jackson too much. But I think you know what I mean. There we go. There we go. Oh, he's hit the post. Hit the post there, Kevin De Bruyne. It was all teed up for him. Came out. Here comes De Bruyne again. To Sterling. Into Aguero. And we're going to make a change now. We need to rest some of these guys. So we're going to rest Raheem. Raheem's had a busy day. We're going to bring David Silva on for Bernardo. And we'll leave Sergio on, actually. We want to keep Sergio on. He's playing well. I'll give Gabriel Jesus a run out as well. So we're going to make 3 changes there. Just to freshen it up. Let's keep that squad fresh. It's all about, if anyone does, you know, career modes on a regular basis, especially when you're playing on the hardest level, the ultimate difficulty level, you know you've got to keep your squad fresh. If you don't keep them fresh, you end up plodding around. It feels like you know, you're playing with Man United in real life, because they all end up plodding around. They get tired, so you've got to keep them fresh. Nice bit of play in the middle here. There's Gabby Jesus. Here we go. Did I bring Jesus on? I think I did. I don't know where I brought Jesus on. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. For some reason, I brought Gabby Jesus on at holding midfielder. That's a new position for him. So let's just make a couple of changes. So we'll put Kevin De Bruyne in as the holding midfielder. And I will play Gabby Jesus in there. I don't like to change my formation. I do like playing with this formation, so I'm not going to adjust the formation, but Gabby Jesus, he can play in there, just in behind Aguero. Makes a bit more sense than having him at holding midfielder. So Kiam is, you know, he's a great manager, Kiam. He can do it on FIFA, but he's not quite Pep Guardiola. I don't think he's quite mastered the art of playing Gabriel Jesus at holding midfielder yet. You know, that'll take some doing to change a striker to a holding midfielder. I'm sure Pep could probably do that in real life. That's another story. So 2-0 up, 72 minutes gone. Or 75 minutes now gone. Let's see if we can add some more. We should have more goals really in this match. It's been a little bit on the sloppy side since we went 2-0 up, but it's been that easy. And Leroy again offside. So Leroy Sané really should have watched his run there. I mean, look at that. I mean, should he have watched his run, or should I have passed it a little bit earlier? I don't know. Bit of both. So, coming to the last 10 minutes, let's see if we can get another goal. Here comes Gabby Jesus. To Aguero. To David Silva. Back to De Bruyne. Here's Aguero again. Oh, Aguero. He made the space, but then the shot was terrible. It's a good through ball. Excuse me. Just clear my throat. Sure, I'm coming down with a cold, but you never know. I don't really get colds, to be honest, but maybe I'm coming down with one. I've been drinking a lot of beer. Lately because I've had visitors coming over, so plenty of beer being drunk, plenty of, you know, what shall we say, cheeky food, you know, the kind of barbecue food. So I'm probably coming down with a little bit of a cold because I've been eating the wrong foods. So if my voice does sound a little bit weird today, that's probably because it is. And there we go. So 2-0. It's a great victory. We are 2-0 up. A home victory in the Premier League. And the City players are celebrating a home win. So fantastic. So it's a great start to this episode 8. Great start to episode 8. We're 2 matches in and we've got 2 victories. So not complaining at all, not complaining. And no goals conceded. In fact, if you look at the stats there, no shots conceded. So pretty impressive, to be honest. Pretty impressive start to episode 8. And we're going to look at our 3rd match of episode 8 now. And I believe it is Watford. So yes, it's Watford. So Watford is a pretty tough game. So just looking at the league table down below there. So we'll check the league table after that last match. But Spurs have got a game in hand. So Spurs have got a game in hand, but you can see there comfortably we're 8 points clear now at the top. So the Premier League is taking a familiar. It's almost looking like the Centurions season. So I think we're going to play in blue. Let's play in blue. This is going to be a tough game. To be honest, I probably should have rested more players against Bournemouth and played the big boys in this game, but I've done it the other way around. So I'm going to rest De Bruyne, which is always a bit of a risk. Aguero can start, but I think Gabby Jesus will come on. We'll play Foden, so we're going to play a different midfield. It's going to be David Silva and Phil Foden. Fernandinho holding. We'll keep Leroy on. Well, Mahrez is coming in on the right, so there's quite a few changes here. I'm going to have to play Ake as well. So I don't like making all of these changes. So you can see how you need a squad on FIFA because, you know, when the players... I'll keep De Bruyne there, actually. Sterling I want there. Bernardo I'll replace with Gundogan. But you can see how the squad gets tired as the season goes on. So you really do have to use your players wisely. In fact, I'm going to drop Walker as well for this. So I'm going to play Danilo. So a lot of changes. I don't like to do that because the chemistry of your team can sometimes be affected if you make so many changes. And I know this is an ultimate team. Before somebody comments about chemistry, I know it's not quite the same as the chemistry on Ultimate Team, but you still do have a chemistry when the players play together in career mode, and you can lose that chemistry if you chop and change your players quite a lot. But the flip side of that is you keep everybody fit and fresh as well, so it does have its benefits. So here we go. This is the 3rd game of episode 8. Thank you for watching. Do hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification, and you'll get these videos on a regular basis. We are going to follow this series right through the right through the career mode. We're going to try and win as many trophies as we possibly can. As you can see there, we're quite a way into the Premier League. We top the Premier League, so we're doing well. The snow has arrived in Watford, and we are away from home, so this is a big game, a big test on the road. We've made quite a number of changes to the starting 11, so we're going to have to concentrate here, and it's always difficult to see the ball in the snow, or at least I think it is. Probably I'm an old man and I can't actually see. David Silva, well, I mean, you know, if you're worried away from home against Watford with a snowy pitch, just give the ball to David Silva, give the ball to El Mago, takes a touch, boom, top corner, see you later, stick it on a postcard, send it where you want, because look at that, bang, top corner. You ain't doing much about that, are you? What a goal. And that's why the man's a legend. 1-0 to City, away from home. And it's only taken 5 minutes to get the lead, so I'm happy with that. So let's just try and keep it tight now, because Watford are going to put a bit of pressure on. There's Leroy tracking back. I like to see that from Leroy. Rubbish ball back to him though. I think it's young Phil Foden then with a bit of a dodgy pass. Here he is, Foden. Nice play there though. And that's a better ball. No, it wasn't. It was between them both. So it was between Aguero and Sané. So Foden's passing at the start of this game has been a little bit off. But I'm sure he'll keep going and he'll turn it around, because he's the Stockport Iniesta. So I can feel like my midfield's probably got a little bit less pace than it normally does. I mean, I've got Foden. Foden's got a bit of pace. Obviously, David Silva's not the fastest these days. But I've had to make changes. De Bruyne's had to come out because he's not that fit on the ratings. Great little play there by Aguero. Great through ball, Fernandinho. Can Fernandinho do it? Yes, he can. Fernandinho. He piled forward, so we're getting goals today from some of the veteran City players. Fernandinho there, stepped up, a couple of 1-2s, and then ran through. He had the pace to get onto the ball. I mean, that's the great thing about Fernandinho. He's getting on in years, but he's still very mobile. And look at that, he had the pace. A little bit of a deflection off the keeper, but it was enough. He then got taken out, but he won't mind that. He likes to give a bit out as well. Keeper took him out, but there you go, 2-0. So cruising away from home at Watford. 19 minutes gone. We thought this might be a tricky game because we've made so many changes, but the City boys are doing us proud, and probably because we're so confident, because we're league leaders. I know on FIFA, when you are top in the league, it does filter the confidence through the team, and if your confidence is up, everything is a little bit sharper, the passing sharper, everything else. So a bit of a fracas there. Pereira getting a bit frustrated, had a little nibble at Fernandinho, but we don't mind. We're not going to get involved in that. We're going to play our football. Here's Phil Foden, plays it wide. Zinchenko. This is great football at the moment. Oh, and Aguero then, if he'd have just cut inside. And here comes David again. Oh, played the ball wide. Can Leroy get on it? Of course he can. He's got the speed. Nice turn, Leroy. But he got the speed, but to be fair, Holebas, I think it was Holebas there, got back at him. Zinchenko's tracking back here. Jurgen Damm. Ooh, Jurgen Damm was on the break there for Watford. And Jurgen Damm's a good player, actually. The right winger here for Watford is a player that I sometimes pick on my career mode. If I'm bringing a club up, I usually go for Jurgen Damm. He's a good winger. So if any of you guys out there have career mode, look up that player, Jurgen Damm. D-A-M-M, I think it is. But he's a very fast right winger. And he's a big guy as well. There's Aguero. Oh, that ball should have gone through. The Stockport Iniesta gets it back. Thought Sané could take the man on there. To be fair, the right back at the moment is He's doing a great job on Sané. He's winning the battle against Sané, without a doubt. But Sané was one of the players who was a little bit tired, and I kept him in. So maybe he should have had a rest as well. It's a great header. Oh, what a save. What a save. I mean, that was a fantastic header from the Watford man. Look at that. It was a good ball in. Flick header, and look at this. What a save from Edison. That's the man. Jaws, you know the man. If you get on a cable car, he's likely to be on top of it. What a save. If you don't know what I'm on about there, watch James Bond and then you'll get it. Okay, so 39 minutes on the clock, 2-0 up away from home. Watford are doing a little bit of pressing. They're asking us more questions than the last two games, that's for sure. They're definitely asking us more questions than Bournemouth and Lyon. But the score sheet says 0, and that's how we want to keep it. But it does feel like they're going to get something here. Oh, you see, you can just feel on FIFA when the opposition are just putting that pressure on, and Watford have really been piling the pressure on in the last few minutes, and we don't want to give them anything, especially not just before half time. We give them any hope before half time, it might end up being like the Shakhtar game on the episode 7. That's a good challenge there on Aguero. So you see Watford have really stepped up. They're putting a lot of pressure on there. I don't know whether it was because we sort of stepped off the gas because we're 2-0 up, but Watford ended that half strongly. It's 2-0 though to the City boys away from home. Goals from David Silva and that man you can see there, Fernandinho. So great start to that game. Watford got back into it a little bit towards the end of the second half, but we are in the lead, so let's get on with the second half. So Aguero kicks us off. Here comes David Silva, Walker, back to David, Fernandinho. Here comes young Phil Foden, and I keep referring to him as young Phil Foden. Makes me sound really old. I probably am really old compared to Phil Foden. Uh-oh, that's not good. If he plays it square now. He didn't see the pass there, luckily, but if he'd have squared that ball, then they had a striker free. So you can see Watford have started again on the front foot. Good challenge there by Nathan Aki to close that ball down, but Watford are not messing around. You know, they want to try and get back in it, and respect for that. Oh, they nearly scored. I mean, look at it. They've got a lot of big players, Watford, and you see there I had David Silva and Phil Foden sort of on the near post, which probably isn't the greatest idea because he just drifted in and won the header there, really easily won the header. Here's Fernandinho, Foden, back to Fernandinho. I mean, Fernandinho's going to need a rest soon as well, so I'm going to have to look into that. But here comes Mahrez to David. Oh, he intercepted it. God, I didn't need to play that so hard. I had a man there. David Silva getting brushed off the ball there. It's a really physical team, Watford, actually. Tough to play against. We've done well to get those early goals because I reckon if this game would have gone 0-0 for a while, this would have been a real difficult game to actually take the lead in, because they've gone from strength to strength. And if you watch, they're doing a lot of quick passing here. I mean, I can't get the ball off them at the moment. So maybe this is just a sign of tiredness. Maybe because we made so many changes to the team, it's a little bit off. And there you go. I mean, that was coming. It's 2-1. It was indeed coming. So let's have a look at the bench, I think, because you know we're not doing that great. I'm going to take Leroy off. And I'm going to bring Gabriel Jesus on. I'm going to put Gundogan in instead of Phil Foden. And I think Rodri's going to come in for Fernandinho. So we're just going to freshen it up a little bit in the middle of the part. We're just going to freshen it up. 2-1 now. So Watford are right back in this game. So we're in the 65th minute as well, so not long to go. But long enough for Watford to get back in it. So Rodri plays it to Aguero. Back to David Silva. Let's see here, David Silva plays it to Aguero. Fires the shot. Aguero made the space there. But the shot was pretty feeble. It's not very often you say that about a Sergio Aguero shot. So look at that. I mean, the Watford player there just stepped in on Aguero, putting him under all sorts of pressure. Now they've got a man over again, Pereira. It's a good block by Danilo, but we're all over the show today. I've got to say, this third game of episode 8, it's not been a comfortable one, but it was sort of expected because we made so many changes. But after taking a 2-0 lead, you'd have thought we would have been quite comfortable. But since taking a 2-0 lead, we've struggled. And there you go. They hit the bar again. I mean, 2-1, we're hanging on here. You know, batten down the hatches because Watford are absolutely pummeling us. Great header by Ake. It's just these second balls every time. They seem to be coming in. There's another shot just over the bar. So Watford are absolutely peppering our goal at the moment. I think we just got to get some composure here. Try and keep hold of the ball. It's hard to pass though because of the surface with the snow. It's hard to play our usual passing game, so bit of an excuse. But I love a good excuse. Everyone knows I love a good excuse on FIFA. It's snowing, it's raining, it's pouring. But then you've got Riyad. Riyad steps in. Terrible shot. Probably in line with what's been going on in the game. So it really, really isn't flowing in this third game. We've had 2 very good performances. But in this third game, so far, we're struggling to get through it. Rodri. Oh, it's Gundogan there. Great play by Gundogan. Can Aguero go? Oh, Aguero should have really gone then. David Silva plays the ball. Nice bit of play there by Mahrez. Plays it into Aguero. Oh, sorry, it's Gundogan. Into Rodri. David Silva. Aguero. Fires it in. There you go. That's the job done. So we know Aguero's capable of that. David Silva gets the ball, slips it into Aguero, and the man does what he does best, fires those shots in at the near post. A little bit like the old, a bit like the Liverpool goal. That was on the opposite side, but it was similar where he sort of just fired it in the near post where the keeper is. And yeah, you're just not stopping those when he hits it with full force. That's it. So a very, very tricky away game here. And it looks like we're about to get through it with a 3-1 victory. So yeah, credit to Watford because Watford's put us under all sorts of pressure. But that's our third win of this episode. So episode 8, Man City Fan TV. Thank you for joining us today. We've had 3 wins out of 3. So really appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm going to take you through now just to look at the final standings after those games. So we're pretty much qualified in the Champions League. We don't have to worry about the Champions League. We're going to be playing knockout football in the Champions League. But let's take a look at the Premier League. You can see there Kevin De Bruyne has won the Player of the Month award in the Premier League. And I think that's rightly deserved because he's had some really good games. So we can see here we're top of the league, 39 points to Spurs, who are on 31. So Spurs can win their game in hand. That will take them to 34. So they'll only be 5 points behind us if they can win their game in hand. And then we've also got Arsenal and Chelsea in behind there as well. So we're doing pretty well in the Premier League. Like I say, we've won 12, we've drawn 3, we've lost none. So we haven't lost a game yet. We scored 32 goals and we've only conceded 5 goals. So we're doing really well in the Premier League. We're qualified in the Champions League. And then the next game coming up there is Chelsea. But let's just take a look at the calendar so we can see what's coming up on episode 9. So episode 9, we're playing Chelsea. So that's going to be a tough one. I think that one's away from home. So that will be a difficult one. And they're in that pack of teams behind us. So that's going to be an interesting one to see if we can overcome that. We've then got Hoffenheim. It's the last game of the Champions League. So that's pretty much sewn up. We can rest some of the players there and play that. We may even go ahead and simulate that one. I don't know. I don't like simulating, to be honest. I really don't like simulating. I like to play the game. So no, I will play the game. And then we've got Everton as well. So a couple of tough Premier League fixtures there, Chelsea and Everton, coming up in our next episode. So look out for episode 9. Thank you for watching today on Man City Fan TV. Really appreciate you watching this episode 7. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and the bell notification if you haven't already done that. And thank you to everyone. Take care, all the best, be happy, and all the very best. Take care.